Hi friends, I wanted to share with you an Easter book that I found. So I want you everybody to sit up, crisscross applesauce, and let's get ready. In a meadow, abuzz with the promise of spring, on a hillside not far away, two bunnies were sniffing and hopping along on a beautiful sunshiny day. The littlest bunny, whose name was Pascal, looked around with inquisitive eyes, while his sister, named Daffodil, tied daisy chains and made friends with a new butterfly. See the little butterfly? Suddenly something sparkled nearby. A pebble, he thought, or dew? But then Pascal heard a whistle and thump as a third bunny bounced into view. Hi, Clovis, he said to their boisterous friend, perking up his cute little ears. But Clovis just jumped and excitedly said, There's a girl on her way over there. The fluffle of bunnies peeked over the grass, careful to not make a sound, and there, sure enough, was a girl drawing near who appeared to be searching the ground. The young bunnies knew they'd better get home from the warnings and tales they'd been told, but before he could leave, Pascal had to see and retrieve that trinket of gold. Back at the burrow with his curious find, Pascal admired its sheen. He found many treasures, but this was by far the most wondrous of any he'd seen. As he pictured its place in its cherished collection and showed the others his prize, the trinket snapped open to reveal something more, much to the bunny's surprise. Well, wiggle my whiskers, said Clovis with shock. That's the girl from the meadow today. Oh no, cried Daffodil. What if it's here? What if it's hers? She said with concern and dismay. Pascal's little ears wilted with worry. He must give it back, he knew. The girl would be missing her beautiful treasure. It was obvious what he should do. Don't worry, said Daffodil, seeing his frown. I know how upset you must be. But when we give joy, it comes back to us. Just wait, Pascal, you'll see. With that, Pascal brightened and thought of a plan that would help to make everything right. I'll tuck the girl's treasure in one of my eggs and hide it for her in plain sight. See all of his little treasures up here? I'll help, said Daffodil, gathering supplies. We'll splash it with sunshine like spring. I'll help deliver it, Clovis joined in. Adventure is kind of my thing. Using acorns for bowls and paintbrushes made from flower buds, feathers, and sticks, the three set to work blending pigments and dyes for a radiant, sun-sparkled mix. They painted the egg and traced sweet designs with beeswax and pansy pastels, and then using spider thread, sealed the small treasure inside the beautiful shell. What do you think that is? Looks like an Easter egg, huh? With the eggshell now painted, the bunnies set out, joined by a number of friends. Some bluebirds helped scout the meadow ahead, while chipmunks popped up from their dens. Clovis's jumping club leapfrogged along, performing gymnastics and kicks, but their bouncing and bumbling sent the egg tumbling. Thankfully, Daffodil's quick. See, she caught it. A paddling of ducklings they wanted to help, but were flapping and splashing so loud. Pascal first said thank you and hurried along. It was hard to sneak up with a crowd. Oh, at last the three bunnies came to a fence and peeked their sweet noses around. But just as Pascal started hiding the egg, he heard a high signal type sound. The whistle, he realized, then he saw something more that made his ears rigid with fright. A barn cat was tiptoeing through the tall grass with little Pascal in his sights. Ooh, see the cat? In a flash, Pascal jumped around the wood fence and joined his companions to hide. But in his mad dash, he dropped the girl's egg with the beautiful treasure inside. Pascal hunkered down, his ears lying back as he trembled with fear and the thought that despite all they'd done to deliver the egg, they'd been found by a cat. They were caught. See the cat? Okay. At that very moment, a soft, gentle voice called out as the wildflower stirred. "Oh, Barnaby Todd, you silly old cat." And with that, the cat cheerfully purred. The bunnies looked up. There was the girl, and scarcely a few hops away, she was walking nearby with a basket in hand, picking a springtime bouquet. Pascal held his breath as she stepped closer yet. "Oh, please look," he wanted to beg, and then the girl paused and tilted her head, leaned down, and discovered the egg. "Sweetheart," the girl heard her mother's voice call, "we'll be late for the big celebration." But the girl just stood there, her eyes wide with awe at the beautiful bunny creation. And then the girl gently opened the egg and gasped with surprise when she saw the locket she loved and thought she had lost, the one from Grandma and Grandpa. As the girl jumped with joy, Pascal felt it too. He'd known nothing like this before. His small act of kindness had made a child's day, a feeling he'd love evermore. The girl smiled a smile as big as the sky, and when she ran laughing from view, Pascal understood deep in his heart what Daffodil told him was true. Indeed, the world's full of treasures and gifts, and though we might hide them away, the more joy we give, the more joy we have. Life's kind of funny that way. And so Pascal decided right then he'd do this for kids every year. And that's why he's called the Easter Bunny now and is loved from ear to ear. So that is the story of the first Easter egg. Easter is in just a few days. Do you guys know that? I am so excited. And I will be back in 2 days to tell you another story, a story about the true meaning of Easter and why we have Easter. Until then, I love you guys and I miss you and have a great day.